With Black Friday coming up, I know so many of you guys are looking forward to a variety of different game deals, and in today's video, I want to project some of the games that I think are going to be super cheap come Black Friday. Now, this is all predictions by me, but I've been around a lot of Black Fridays. I know what publishers usually put their games on sale, and I generally have a pretty good idea for these things. If you've been following these channels, a lot of the times I can predict this kind of stuff dead on. And before we get into everything, I just want to remind you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you are always notified of uploads, and that definitely helps out the channel too, so we always appreciate that. So without further ado, I want to highlight 10 games, so let's just get right into it. And I want to start off with 3 games that released earlier in the year, and then we'll transition into some games that are very recent releases, or even games that aren't out yet. We'll highlight those as well. Let's kick off with games that did release a little bit earlier on. I think Days Gone is going to be super cheap come Black Friday. I could very well see it being down to $24.99. Outside chance of $19.99. At the high point, $29.99. We've already seen it as low as $29.99. That's why I'm hoping that it's going to be a little bit lower. A $25 price point would be really good, and it would be really enticing at that price point for people to check out the game. Days Gone is one of those games that I feel like it's already been established as a mid-tier exclusive. It's not going to have the lasting power of a God of War or a Marvel Spider-Man, where years from now people are still going to be talking about those games, going back to those games and talking about how great they are. Days Gone isn't necessarily at that level, and that's fine. Not every game is going to be at that elite level, but Days Gone was a very good open world game, and I think at a $25 price point, a lot of people would check it out come Black Friday. I've just seen a lot of people also stay away from the game at a full $60. Even now, when it can be found for $40, I've seen people still wanting to wait on a discount. I think come Black Friday, if it's down to $20 to $25, it would be a really good buy, and I do feel like it's going to hit that price threshold. Devil May Cry 5 is another game I see going on a significant discount. I also see the other Capcom release in Resident Evil 2 going significantly discounted. As far as how steep of a discount they will see, I think Devil May Cry 5 is going to be similar to Days Gone in that it'll hit $20 to $25. In the case of Resident Evil 2, also $20 to $25. The aforementioned games with RE2 and Devil May Cry 5 have been $30 at this point, so I feel like come Black Friday it should be a little bit cheaper. $20 to $25 for either of those games would be stellar. And DMC5 is a game that I've noticed is already a part of Xbox Game Pass, so it's not like Capcom is super uneasy of diminishing the value of the game. They already sold an incredible amount of copies of the game, so at this point anything else is gravy, and I think they just want more people to try out Devil May Cry 5, and I think at a $20 to $25 price point a lot of people would check it out. A lot of people would check out Resident Evil 2 as well at $20 to $25. And lastly, as far as games that are a little bit older, I do see Sekiro Shadows Die Twice getting a significant discount. Activision games usually see a discount come Black Friday. I don't know if it's gonna quite hit that Days Gone and DMC price threshold that I'm projecting. I think Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is gonna go down to $30, but I really do think Activision is a little bit uneasy of reducing the price a little bit more. Mind you that it could already be had for $30. Amazon actually has the game listed for $30 right now. However, that is a price that rarely comes about, so even though Amazon has it for $30 as of the recording of this video, I think after that deal's gone, it's not going to go down to $30 for quite a while until Black Friday, and then after that, it might rise up and hold price again. $30 for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is an incredible deal. The game is awesome, and I think $30 is a price that a lot of people would be willing to pay. And come Black Friday, if it's $30, I do think it's going to be an enticing buy. Hey, if it's cheaper than that, if it's at that $20 to $25 tier, like a Days Gone or DMC5 that I'm projecting, then that would be an absolute steal, but I do think $30 is a little bit more likely as far as that's concerned. Alright, now let's move on to the games that are either more recent releases or they're games that are not even out yet. First up, I do want to start off with Control. Control is a game that I could see being down to $25 to $30. That I think is very, very likely. This is a game that's already plummeting in price. Amazon has it for $33 right now, so I think a $25 to $30 price point is pretty likely. Any cheaper than that, I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, if it goes down to $19.99, that would be a little bit insane. I think $25 is the likely price for Control, and I think that's a really good buy at that price. I really enjoyed Control. Of course, it's by Remedy, more of a narrative-focused game. That's what Remedy's known for. However, from a gameplay standpoint, I thought Control was incredibly strong in that department as well. Honestly, to me, the gameplay stood out even more so than the story, because the story is a little bit jumbled. I mean, that's kind of the idea that Remedy goes for. If they are these more psychological stories that are a little bit hard to follow at times, but Control is a great game, and at $25, it would be a steal, and I very much see it hitting that price threshold. Borderlands 3 is another game that's been plummeting in price. I saw it for $33 the other day. I do see it around that $30 price point come Black Friday. I think that's a really good price for Borderlands 3. A lot more same of what you're used to out of Borderlands if you've played it in the past, but that's not necessarily a bad thing given that Borderlands has always been really good, and you don't need to fix what's broken, and that's really what Borderlands 3's imperative is. It's Borderlands, it's more of it, and it's very good at that, and at $25 to $30, I think it would be really good. I think at some point Borderlands 3 will have some sort of complete edition or Game of the Year edition or whatever the case may be released, so if you want to wait a little bit longer, that might end up paying dividends come late 2020, where this game is either released as a definitive edition on the PlayStation 5 or some sort of complete edition is released on the PlayStation 4 with all of the additional content, because there are gold editions available, there are season passes, all that kind of stuff. And you know, at some point 2K and Gearbox are going to be itching to re-release this game. They've re-released Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1 pre-sequel. Why wouldn't they re-release Borderlands 3? But if you are eager to try out the game, I think at a $25 to $30 price point, it would be a really good buy. Alright, here's the next one. I'm going to go out on a little bit of a limb and say that The Outer Worlds is going to be down to $35. I think that's the likely price for The Outer Worlds. Given that it just came out, I wouldn't expect it to get much cheaper than that. I'm also a little bit skeptical on this game seeing a significant discount just on the basis that it is published by Private Division. I am a little bit skeptical on whether or not this game is going to go on sale, but ultimately I do think it's going to be down to around $35. Anything more than that would be absolute gravy. If it's down to $30, that'd be great. The game itself is really good, and unfortunately on PlayStation 4, unlike on Xbox One and PC, they're enjoying the game with their Game Pass subscription, and Game Pass is just a steal right now. Everybody subscribe to it if you're playing on PC or Xbox One. In the case of the PS4, you do have to pay a full $60, which makes me a little bit hesitant to recommend people in picking this game up just because the PC and Xbox guys are playing it so cheap. Whatever the case may be, if it is down to $35 or less than that come Black Friday, which I fully expect, I do think it's going to be a great pickup, and from an RPG standpoint, Obsidian has really outdone themselves with this one. Unfortunately, the last Obsidian new release that we're going to see on PlayStation 4, Pillars of Eternity 2, is still to come, but that's already been released on PC. Of course, Obsidian is being acquired by Microsoft, but Outer Worlds definitely one game you should try out. Alright, next up, if you guys have interest in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, I would say absolutely do not pick it up right now. Wait until Black Friday, and I fully expect this game to be down to $30. The commercial and critical reception for this game hasn't been incredibly strong, but I know some people do want to pick up a game like this to play with their friends, and if you do, check it out during Black Friday. If anything, it'll be down to $30 or less, and I've always made it evident that Ubisoft games go on sale very, very quickly. The Division 2 was like $30 a month or two after release. It's now down to $20. Breakpoint is gonna be down to $30 come Black Friday. This is the one that I am the most sure about. Yes, it's a new release, however, it's a Ubisoft game. That means it's gonna go on sale very quickly, and honestly, I could see it going on sale for even a deeper discount, maybe down to $25, and come early next year, 100% it's gonna be down to $20. It happened with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, happened with the Division 2, it happens with literally every Ubisoft game. I highly recommend you guys don't pay $60 for Ubisoft games if you are the kind of guy that's trying to save money and you're picking and choosing games and you're trying to buy games on sale. Ubisoft is one you can always pick up on the back end and get it very, very cheap, and I think a lot of you guys have picked up on that as well. So this one definitely going to go on sale probably for $30. Alright, next up, here's a game you guys might think I'm a little crazy for saying it's going to go on sale, but I really do believe that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is going to get some sort of discount. Look, Star Wars is a very, very notable IP, and come Black Friday, come the holiday time, it's a notable IP that casuals are going to recognize, and if they see that it's $20 off, they are definitely going to be more inclined in picking it up. It is out November 15th, a game that's not even out yet, and I do see it going on sale, and you might make that point of, oh, it's just about to come out, how is it going to go on sale? Well, I point you to the fact that Battlefield 5 last year, now yes, that game did not fare too well commercially, but literally like a week after that game released, it was already seeing discounts during that Black Friday week period. I believe it was down to $30. Jedi Fallen Order, you've got like a 2-week grace period until Black Friday, and I fully expect it to go on sale. Is it going to see the steepest discount in the world? No, not necessarily, but I could very well see it down to $40, and I think that would be a great buy for this game, and it is shaping up very nicely. Personally, I'm going to be checking it out day one, but for those of you guys guys that want to wait a little bit longer. I see that some of you guys still have an inherent level of skepticism because it's an EA title. Wait a little bit, and come Black Friday, I could see it being very cheap. Speaking of EA and speaking of games that aren't out yet, Need for Speed Heat is another title I see going on sale very quickly. The Need for Speed games, generally speaking, they don't do all too well. Commercially, they do alright, but critically, sometimes they aren't received as well, so I definitely recommend you guys to be a little bit skeptical going into the release of this game, just because it's Need for Speed. The last two games have left a lot to be desired. However, NFS Heat is shaping up nicely. Again, I would recommend you to wait a little bit, and come Black Friday, easily can see this one being down to $30. Honestly, I expect that a little bit, and I think NFS Heat could be a really good pickup at that price point. And lastly, I do want to mention Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which just came out. For a long time, the Call of Duty games were not going on sale, but more regularly, we've seen Activision discount these games relatively quickly. We saw Black Ops 4 getting a steep discount real quickly. We saw it with World War II, and with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I do expect it to be down to $40 come Black Friday. The difference is Call of Duty is now seeing an earlier release. It used to be released in the middle of November. Now it's being released towards the end of October. They get around a month to sell this game at a full $60, and then after that month, Black Friday rolls around, they start discounting the game. It'll go down to $40 or so, and it could be a pretty good pickup at that price point. It's been received rather well, and if you're a fan of Call of Duty, you probably already checked it out, but if you're a little bit on the fence, hey, maybe a $20 discount come Black Friday is going to be the thing that wins you over. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, I could assess so many other games, and if you guys want me to upload another video assessing and projecting what some of these games are going to be priced at, let me know. I do see outside chances of games like Death Stranding getting a little discounts, maybe down to $45. I know that that's going to be a hot item come this holiday season. Everybody's going to be wanting Death Stranding. Most of you guys are probably just going to drop 60 on it. And there are a bunch of other games that have come out a little bit lower profile, but I've mentioned it recently. This fall is honestly a little bit more quiet than the falls of recent years. A lot of the heavy hitters are being pushed into early 2020, whether that be FF7 Remake, whether that be Doom Eternal, Cyberpunk 2077, Last of Us Part 2 is in the first half. A lot of those games are coming early 2020, but thought this would be an insightful video to do. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see how correct I am when all of the Black Friday ads do roll out, but thank you for watching. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.